Ah, my dear friend, pull up a chair and pour yourself a cup of tea, or maybe a little whiskey. I won't judge. Today, I want to share something very personal, something every gentleman over 60 needs to hear. And yes, I'm talking about that little engine down there, our prostate. I know it's not glamorous, but hear me out, because these 6 daily habits can make a world of difference. And if you're like me, 80 years young, you'll want to keep everything running smoothly for as long as possible. Let me start with a confession. I didn't always pay attention to this. Oh no, back in my 50s, I thought, Paul, you're fine, ignore it. Famous last words, my friend. And then one day I realized maybe I should have paid attention earlier. But you live and you learn. So here's my journey, peppered with stories, laughter, and a few tears along the way. Habit number 1. Stay hydrated, but do it smartly. Now, you might be thinking, Paul, everyone knows to drink water. But it's not just about drinking water, it's about timing. Don't guzzle like a camel right before bed unless you enjoy midnight trips to the bathroom. You know what I mean. I learned this the hard way. One chilly December night, I drank a whole liter of water just before sleep. By 2 a.m., I had broken my own sleep record for bathroom visits. But hydration helps keep the urinary tract healthy and supports prostate function. So sip throughout the day, my friend, and keep that little guy happy. Now, on to habit number 2. Get moving every day. Oh, I can hear you groaning already. Paul, I'm 60. I can't be running marathons. Relax, I'm not asking you to become Usain Bolt. Even a brisk 20-minute walk around the neighborhood helps. Exercise improves blood flow and reduces inflammation, which is crucial for prostate health. Personally, I like walking in the morning when the air is crisp and I can wave at the neighbors who are too polite to ask why an 80-year-old man is walking like he's late for a train. And trust me, laughter counts as a bit of cardio too. Habit 3 might make you laugh. Mind your diet, but don't be miserable about it. I remember my favorite pizza joint back in the day. Pepperoni, extra cheese, oh, the audacity of youth. But over time, I discovered that a diet rich in vegetables, especially cruciferous ones like broccoli and cauliflower, supports prostate health. And tomatoes, don't underestimate the power of a little tomato sauce. Lycopene, my friend, it's a fancy word for good for your prostate. I still sneak in pizza sometimes. Life's too short, but I balance it with plenty of greens. And hey, moderation is key. Even at 80, I indulge, but I don't make it a habit. Habit 4, stay on top of your checkups. Now, don't roll your eyes at me. I know it's awkward, but those annual prostate exams save lives. I remember my first PSA test. I was more nervous than my first date with Helen, and that was 60 years ago. Early detection is everything. If something looks off, catching it early makes treatment much simpler. And here's a tip. Don't go alone. Bring a friend, or if you're like me, just bring a stiff upper lip and a sense of humor. Speaking of humor, let's pause for a moment here. If you're enjoying this story and the little pearls I'm tossing your way, why don't you go ahead and like this video? Leave a comment if you've ever had a funny or awkward moment with prostate health, and subscribe so we can keep sharing these tales. It helps keep us connected, and I promise there's more laughter and wisdom to come. Habit 5. Limit alcohol and avoid smoking. Ah, I see the frown on your face. Listen, I'm not here to preach. I've had my share of whiskey and cigars, but over the years, I noticed the difference. Excess alcohol and smoking can increase inflammation and negatively affect your prostate health. I switched to enjoying a single glass of wine now and then, savoring it like it's a rare treasure. It's about enjoying life while taking care of the essentials. And let me tell you, those walks after a nice glass of wine, magical. Finally, habit 6, manage stress and get quality sleep. Now, I know life doesn't hand us calm seas all the time, but stress takes a toll on your body, especially your prostate. I started meditating a bit, doing breathing exercises and finding small joys each day. And sleep, oh, sleep is sacred. I make sure I'm cozy, warm, and tucked in by 10 p.m. If you can do that, my friend, you're giving your prostate and your entire body a fighting chance. Throughout all these habits, I've learned something else too. Laughter is medicine too. I tell my friends at the senior center jokes, sometimes terrible ones, and we laugh until our sides hurt. And I've noticed that happiness, humor, and companionship make the hard parts of aging a little lighter. There's a connection between your emotional well-being and your physical health. And trust me, your prostate appreciates a good chuckle as much as it does broccoli. Now, before I get ahead of myself, I want you to know these habits aren't just for men. They're life lessons for all of us. Taking care of your body, laughing often, eating well, and staying active makes aging not only bearable, but enjoyable. And yes, I'll admit, a little stubbornness is part of it too. I refuse to let my age define me, and neither should you. So as you reflect on these habits, remember that change doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start with small steps, maybe one new habit each week. Drink a bit more water, take a short walk, add a tomato or two to your meals. Before you know it, you'll feel the difference, physically and mentally. And if you ever feel discouraged, just think of me, Paul, 80 years old, walking around with a spring in my step, a laugh on my lips, and a prostate that's surprisingly cooperative, thank you very much. All right, my friend, we've covered hydration, movement, diet, checkups, lifestyle choices, and stress management. But the journey doesn't end here. I have stories about mishaps, lessons learned the hard way, and a few more tips I want to share. So stick around because the best stories often come with the lessons hidden in the laughter. Welcome back, my dear friend. I hope you're settled in with your cup of tea because we're diving deeper into this journey of keeping our prostate and ourselves healthy after 60. Remember, I'm speaking to you not as a lecturer, but as an 80-year-old man who's walked a few too many miles in life, made a lot of mistakes, and somehow survived to tell the tale with a smile. Let's talk more about movement, because I can't stress this enough. I know I mentioned walks before, but there's more to it. I started incorporating simple exercises at home, leg lifts, stretches, and pelvic floor exercises. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Paul, really? Pelvic floor exercises at 80? But trust me, they're like magic for your bladder control and prostate health. I even create a little routine I call Paul's 10-minute wake-up morning, which includes stretches, deep breaths, and a little jiggle dance. Don't laugh, it's surprisingly effective, and it gets the neighbors peeking through their curtains every morning. They call it the morning spectacle. I call it survival. Now about diet, I have more stories. You see, I used to think only leafy greens mattered, but I discovered the wonders of nuts, seeds, and fatty fish. Omega-3s, my friend. They're not just a fancy word on a supplement bottle. They reduce inflammation and support prostate function. I remember sneaking sardines into my salad once, thinking no one would notice. Helen, my lovely wife, spotted me instantly and nearly fainted. But you know what? Those sardines were a game changer for my health, and eventually I won her over by explaining the benefits in detail. Persuasion works better than force, especially after 80. Now, let's not forget hydration and timing. I learned a life-changing trick, spacing water intake evenly throughout the day, paired with herbal teas. Chamomile before bed, peppermint in the afternoon. It's delightful, soothing, and keeps my bladder, and thus my sleep, in check.
One day, I experimented with drinking a full bottle of water right before a big family dinner. Let's just say I spent more time in the restroom than at the dinner table, and my grandkids still tease me about it. Lesson learned: hydration is important, but timing is crucial. Here's a story about checkups that might make you chuckle or cringe. My doctor once asked me to do a PSA test, and I joked, "Do you need me to sign a waiver first?" He didn't laugh. But honestly, early detection saved me from a big scare. One small irregularity, caught early, meant treatment was simpler, less invasive, and more effective. If I can offer just one heartfelt piece of advice, it's this: never skip your annual checkups. They're like tiny insurance policies for your peace of mind. Now, let's tackle stress and emotional health. Oh, how many times I've let stress take over my days. But I realized it wasn't doing my prostate or me any favors. So I started small. A 5-minute meditation in the morning, gratitude journaling, and sharing a laugh every day. And laughter, my friend, is potent medicine. At 80, I find myself chuckling at things I'd have taken too seriously at 50. One day, my cat knocked over my tea while I was meditating. Instead of cursing, I laughed so hard I nearly fell off the chair. Stress melted away in that moment. Never underestimate the power of a good belly laugh. I also learned the importance of sleep. Back in my 60s, I thought sleep was optional. Ha, what a fool I was. Now I treat it like a sacred ritual. A cozy bed, a warm blanket, and a strict lights-out time. Even the small habits, like avoiding heavy meals or alcohol right before bed, make a huge difference. Your body repairs itself at night, my friend, and your prostate benefits immensely. Now let's have some honesty. Life isn't perfect. I've had moments where my habits faltered, where I ate too much, drank a bit too freely, or skipped a walk. And guess what? I survived. But each time, I reminded myself, habits aren't about perfection, they're about consistency. Little adjustments every day build a foundation for long-term health. And here's something I've discovered at 80. Community matters. Talking to friends, sharing stories, laughing at our own foibles, these things reduce stress and keep us active, both mentally and physically. I joined a small senior walking club. We share stories, sometimes silly, sometimes profound, and we keep each other accountable. It's amazing how friendship can reinforce healthy habits. Remember when I asked you to like, comment, and subscribe? Well, if you did, you're part of our little extended family now. I want you to know you're not alone in this journey. Aging is challenging, sometimes awkward, often funny, but always better with a friend by your side. And that's what I hope these stories do. Make you smile, make you think, and maybe even inspire you to take small but meaningful steps for your health. So, in summary, my dear friend, these 6 habits, hydration, movement, diet, regular checkups, limiting harmful substances, and managing stress with proper sleep, are more than just advice. They're lifelines. They're little nudges that help us navigate the delicate dance of aging gracefully. And if you sprinkle in laughter, companionship, and a touch of stubborn joy, you'll find that even at 80, life can be vibrant, rewarding, and yes, surprisingly humorous. So here's to your health, my friend. Cheers to habits that support your prostate, to laughter that heals, and to an 80-year-old man who refuses to sit quietly in the corner. May you take these lessons, these laughs, and these memories into your own life. And remember, it's never too late to start, and it's never too late to enjoy every single step of the journey.